Good morning.
Brendan, good morning.
We're back together.
This is a little bit better.
It is. It is.
Thursday. Blabber yesterday.
Thursday the 28th.
Yes.
Here for Second Cup of Sunrise. James, I'm Brennan. Sorry about yesterday.
You had business to take care of.
Listen,
I understand.
Yeah, started not feeling great the night before.
Yeah. Something's going around the Summers residence.
Was feeling a little hot, and I was like, you know what? It can't. And sleep cures everything.
It really does.
It
makes a big difference.
Really, no matter what you have going on, yes, for some things you need something prescribed, but the sleep is top thing to help you feel better.
Yeah.
Sleep it off.
I was thinking the other night, like, I could do like 15 more minutes of cleaning or whatever it was, or I could go to bed. And that 15 minutes, when you're talking plus or minus, makes a big difference.
It does. It does. It's where, can you get that 5.5? Can you stretch it out to 6 hours or 6:30?
Right.
Man, it makes the difference.
Yeah, so, I think between 8 and 9, it doesn't matter. But when you're doing like the 5 to 6.5 time frame, you really, every minute counts.
And next up on the docket, we get some more. We need some more faces. Get them trained on this. Have them in here. Do the pod. We have people in here as guests all the time.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, if there's ever an emergency, something comes up, or I just delayed some vacation because of this.
As well. Right.
Yes.
Well, I did, just to give you a recap, I did mention, Travis and Travis Kelce, the engagement.
That
missed out on that.
News when it came out.
Oof, huge.
Broke everything.
Yes, it did.
The world stopped when it came through.
CBS Mornings probably covered it in like 6 different ways.
There's so many different ways to do it. It was just like, let's go revisit all the old cold takes exposed. If we said, can't wait for the breakup album, or now they're saying, can't wait for the divorce track to hit, or whatever.
I've seen that, yeah. Caitlin Clark nailed it, though. She predicted that they were going to get married.
Yeah.
So that was funny to see.
And now is this Kelsey's last year, one last run? Right. Probably maybe retire, get married next summer. She's got a huge mansion like up at Rhode Island or somewhere. New England. Maybe that's where the wedding is.
Yeah.
It's going to be bigger than the Bezos wedding they had.
Oh, I don't know about
Sicily, wherever it was.
Potentially.
Yeah.
In Venice, yeah.
Maybe. Man. His brother's got to be the best man, right? Has to.
Jason? Yeah, I would think so.
Would have to.
Yeah, I don't know if she has any siblings.
I heard people saying Selena Gomez, maybe. Be a bridesmaid. Yeah.
Oh,
maid of honor.
Gossip.
Man. The Kelce brothers for a wedding. Can you imagine that? All right.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. So today is...
what do we got on the docket for today?
It's a bit of a tough day here. So it's end of pre-K for Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. This is her last day going to that.
Nice.
So it was a little emotional this morning.
Big jump,
for a drop-off. Mm-hmm. She got a little sad about it last night, but we were also this week, we got to go to her kindergarten school where she's going to go, elementary, and walked around, met the teachers.
Nice.
Whole new place. I like that her classroom, you can see the playground, which is cool. So we talk about that. That was a big deal. When we went to show up, I picked them up from where they currently are, and we drove over to the school, and I was like, I'll just park there. Mm-hmm. Silly me. Because there are like 500 cars lining the road. People are parking in the middle of intersections nearby.
Oh, my gosh.
Webster Police could have given out however many tickets they wanted to.
Sure.
And I said, girls, we're going to drive home and try to walk over.
Smart. Yeah, because you're so close.
A little bit of a walk. So loaded them up. We went inside, got the packets, met the teachers, tried to figure out everything for drop off and pickup times. What do we do if we're walking? What about me sitting in a car line? Mm-hmm. That's going to be a whole new experience coming up. So first day of school next week.
Kindergarten, it's happening.
It is. And it's... we got to meet all the teachers. Some of the teachers are like, they've been there for 20 years, maybe longer. And you think about their first kids have already graduated from high school.
Sure.
And here they are with hours and however long maybe they'll be when they're in middle school still.
And how teaching has changed over the years.
It has. It's just, I go into some of these rooms and they're like, okay, well, here's what we're going to do for the iPad checkouts. And I'm like, never.
iPad checkouts.
We had floppy disks still.
Sure.
Played the Oregon Trail on that when I was in elementary school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, now they're getting rid of phone. We're literally going the other direction. We're getting rid of phones in the school. It doesn't really apply to kindergartners because they really shouldn't have a phone.
Right.
But once you get into middle school and high school, there's pretty strict rules now.
Yeah. So they'll be
per New York State
in a locker. in that bag, and these kids are going to have to talk to each other, pay attention to the teacher. Yeah.
I have heard mostly good things for what it's worth. The teachers are pretty happy because for the longest time they were policing the kids. So that's just one less thing that they have to worry about.
Yeah. Learning curve for everybody, but they've all got the policies in place, and we'll be going back to school next week. By the way, we did hear from some local officials yesterday, AAA and authorities, just telling everybody, when you see these out, they're doing their practice routes this week, you've got to slow down. And they remind everyone of these penalties because a lot of these buses now have these stop arm cameras, not just taking pictures. I've heard of people when they've gotten a ticket and these fines are, $250 starting.
Yeah, sure.
You're not getting points then, but you're paying that money and it goes up to $400. And then if you're a repeat offender, you could have the points added to your license. Heard from someone who got caught going by one of these buses. And they're like, no way. Like the arm wasn't out when I went by. Like, no, they send you this notice. And they told me they send you a picture and you go to this contractor's app and you look at it and they will show you a video just like this where it's, maybe not somebody running out or almost getting hit.
That's obviously a dramatic version.
Yeah,
but
these are some of the worst case, so we'll be clear on that. But if it's just someone driving by like this.
Whoa, look at this video.
It'll be time stamped and it'll show this. That's not even a close call.
That's aggressive.
But
sorry, I was drawn to that video, but I hear what you're saying. That it's incredibly high definition. They're timed out perfectly. They will see your license plate.
There's no arguing.
They're gonna get to you 100%. Yeah, we're talking about. I hit a red light that I thought was yellow until I got a letter in the mail. This was in Virginia many years ago, and it was there I am. There's the light. My car was clearly over the line at that point, and I was just busting the red, but it was enough for them for hitting me with the ticket. So it's unfortunate, but it's about kids' safety.
Yes.
And you're just never in a rush. You're never actually in a rush. I think it's, I think the reason why people rush is because they don't want to get to where they're going and saying, sorry, I was late. Yep. Sorry you were late. That's all you literally have to say,
Yeah. Leave earlier. Or it's like next week when we're all getting back into the routine again, be like, listen, I'm sorry, boss. I was 5 minutes late. There were buses, but I was stopping.
100%.
No one's going to argue that.
100%.
We
love that.
The red light cameras here was a thing, I think, before, but now it's not. In DC, we spend a lot of time there with work and our different jobs in previous years. When you drive through there, they've got the cameras on every single intersection. And it's almost just like how it used to be the old kickoffs to an NFL game, just all the lights. It's just, you drive through these and it's just like, got them. And I got popped once. Went down to a wedding, and it was like the next morning we got up and left earlier, and then didn't even realize it. A couple weeks later, notice came through for like M and 4th Street or whatever it was. And I said you were going a couple over. It was a speed camera. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And I just think
that's frustrating.
The money they're making, and yes, it's for safety, but man, that's an easy way to enforce
Feels a little
that.
Scummy, kind of.
Yeah, I know.
3 miles per hour over the speed limit.
It wasn't a lot.
I wanted to say, what's funny though, coming back home, I don't know if this is the same thing for you, but I feel like I know which lights stay yellow longer. Like the Marsh Road on the east side, where close to me intersection, that yellow is pretty quick. So you see yellow, you better stop. If you're hustling down 104 in Wayne County, some of those lights, yellow, you're like, I'm going to make this.
I know.
And I've made some yellows, and like, I'm embarrassed to admit, but I know that since you're going 55, I think there's more leeway there. So I don't know, maybe we'll have to bring in some traffic person in here. But do you agree with me that those yellows maybe last a little longer?
They are, it feels like it, but everyone's still going quick. And those lights going out 104, because I do it all the time with family in Ontario.
You slam on the brakes because you're going 55.
If you catch the first one, I know I'm going to hit the way it cycles out. Every single light.
Right.
But if I get the first one that's green, it almost like it just works out for the next 10 miles. But
because I did the trip to Oswego all the time, where you just rip along 104 the whole way, and you're going 55 or 60, and it's like you're rocking your brakes because you know that light could pretty quick go red.
Yeah, and I'll be driving, and you're going 55, and it turns yellow, and I'll be hitting the brake, and it's like I am almost into that intersection. I'm like, I wasn't even like speeding, and I'm like slowing down best I can. And I'm just like, sorry. And I'm like,
And the cars are turning left in front of you.
Yeah. So long story short, just take it easy. Next week
traffic. We could talk traffic all day.
Yes. We you brought up Legos this morning on our Sunrise show, and this was the whole. Mason has some.
Yep. Yeah. Mason. You know, he's at a funny age, 4.5, coming on 5, where he's starting to get interested in Legos, and he can build like super basic designs, but he likes playing with them as well. And we just let him go for an hour in one of the playrooms with Legos, and just by himself, just chipping away, playing it with Legos. And so I think we'll probably get him some, come around the holidays and things like that. And they do a good job at stepping up how involved you can, with the labels and things like that. But it reminds me back to my days in middle school and even in early high school. Just the engineering part of your brain is so satisfied when you put those little pieces together and it comes up with something you see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huge in my childhood.
Are these the big blocks?
We've done bigger and we've gone small. So he's
like the regular size ones that we had.
The regular size ones with like just super basic designs.
Yeah. We asked people up on our poll here this morning. So did you or do you play with Legos? And it's 70% of people, like, it was in their life.
Right.
Either they used to
had some part,
or they still do now. And that's become a big thing, whether it's Star Wars, another franchise or whatever, because these can be very expensive and very detailed. Or you're building Titanic or Eiffel Tower, like whatever it may be. And there could be 1,000 pieces.
And there's like the doors that open.
Yeah.
And I think the Titanic one, like you can actually have it break apart and then come back together. Wow. Which is pretty cool. And my brother-in-law, he has a bunch of him and his girlfriend build them, and they have them around the house, like a flower pot, you know. And so it's something that you can hang up and
don't
touch. Yeah, don't touch it,
Yeah.
right? And it looks cool. So I think Lego is getting with the times, and adults are just another big market.
Yeah,
they can retail for hundreds of dollars.
I'll be at Eastview Mall, and all of a sudden I'll just walk through by the water fountains because the Lego store is right there, and there's just a line of 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds out there, and I'm like, what is going on? And it's some set that's dropping that day, and they've signed up that it's exclusive. That's very cool. And we did have David, one of our producers here and directors.
Yeah.
They said when we were talking about this on air this morning, it's the plural of Lego is Lego.
Lego.
And I was like, no, come on. People say Legos.
Yeah,
yes.
Right.
If we get back to saying Nick Tahoes, which is how they say it, the owners, and everyone else says Tahoes. I was like, then we'll do it.
Yeah.
Then we'll do it. And you brought up Braddock's Bay is what we all call it, but it's Braddock Bay.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. And technically, it's kind of a funny line between how official do you want to be. Like if we were writing a news article, like if there was, I don't know, a random traffic stop at Braddock Bay, on RochesterFirst.com, we probably might have to write Braddock Bay.
Yes.
But when we're talking in conversation, if I post there's a thunderstorm in Braddock's Bay, I'd probably just post that. It's just conversation. That's what people say.
We're like, it's Legos. It's Legos. The other thing that you said you wanted to bring up, randomly, you and I during a commercial break this morning.
We're talking about snacks.
Start talking about snacks, because it was 5:45, 6 o'clock. I'm eating
hungry.
A banana, and you were like, that was a little early this morning. And then you go, I got into making protein balls.
Yes.
You got a recipe for us.
So if you're interested and you're tired of buying like the bars, protein bars and things like that, because you see a pack of 6 protein bars is like $6, right?
Yeah.
So that's obviously very cost prohibitive for some people. So this is basic ingredients that you probably still have around the house. The most expensive one is in the middle, is the protein powder there. But it's still very good. I eat like 4 of these oftentimes. So what I'll do is 1.5 cups of peanut butter, 2 cups of oats, 2/3 cup honey, and if you're just listening to this and trying to write it down, I got it on the screen here for you. Protein powder, that's the big one. It's 1 cup of that, which is probably 2 scoops of the one that's already in the bucket. I usually use vanilla. And then chia seeds, which are a superfood. And then mini chocolate chips. That's what that is at the bottom. And then I'll put like a splash of vanilla and some salt in there as well. And I use like a small cookie scooper. I'll scoop that up, roll it into a ball, and then I'll put it on a cookie tray. Refrigerate for like 30 minutes, and then they're ready to rock.
They're ready to go.
Yeah, and I'll like individually bag them. So there's like 3 or 4. My wife will do 3. I'll do 4 for like one snack. And so I have them all individually bagged in the fridge so you can just grab and go. And they're great. Just make sure to check your teeth for chia seeds that will undoubtedly get stuck all in the grill.
And you show up to that first meeting at work.
Yeah, you smile.
This is interesting because you feel like you have a little bit more control over making them taste better. If you buy some from the store or something, it's trial and error with the brand because you may open it and you're like, humans aren't meant to eat this. Like,
no,
it does
you can
not
taste artificial.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
This is nice because you do. It's all raw ingredients. You know what's in there. There's no cooking. I use a KitchenAid mixer, so I'll put them all in the mixer and then mix it up and then make them. I did try to use maple syrup instead of honey. It was too sweet and they didn't stick well together, so I'd stick with the honey for that aspect to it, and they're good. It's a tasty alternative. It's cheaper, and you just know what's in it. That's what's comfortable about it.
And what's great with that, because we do Dad Talk, you can get kids involved in making this.
For sure.
We made something the other day. We're big on it's spinach muffins. Now, hear me out here.
Yeah, right.
Well, there's spinach in it, but we do chocolate chips. There's yogurt, ton of blueberries. Bunch of other ingredients goes in. Girls put it in a blender, cuts it all up, and then we just put them in the muffin pan, bake them for a bit. They come out, they're great.
Nice.
And it's like, it looks like a cupcake you can get from any bakery. That would be terrible for you, but this is healthy. And the girls will just have 5 or 6 of them.
Wow.
And all we know that they've eaten is they've had a ton of spinach and about 50 blueberries.
Yeah.
And it's healthy.
It
feels
yogurt
better
for the protein.
It is. It is.
Nice.
We're going to be right back here in just a bit. Smooth sailing on this Thursday for the second cup of sunrise. Back here on the pod this Thursday, second cup of sunrise. James and Brennan with you.
Full staff.
Got some big news yesterday. Full staff for the U.S. Ryder Cup team. It was announced. The big story was Keegan Bradley, who's had a great year playing. He's won. But a couple years ago, left off the Ryder Cup team, barely missed it. There was some debate about that. He was named captain this year. Well ahead of even playing this season, but then he kept playing himself into, can he pick himself to be playing in some of these matches?
Sure.
I believe Arnold Palmer is the only one who's done it before as a playing captain. And I was following a lot of golf writers and a lot of sports talk show hosts saying there'd be no one would question it if he decided to put himself in.
Yeah, he could.
So yesterday, they start releasing all the videos. He's calling these players. He opts not to choose himself. He said, basically, I was picked to be captain, and that's what I'm going to be. So it opens up a spot for someone else. So you can meet the Ryder Cup team. Here it is. Scheffler, Spahn, Schauffele, Henley, English, DeChambeau, Thomas, Morikawa, Griffin, Young, Cantlay. Just swing the damn club. just
go.
Just play.
You'll be fine.
And Burns will be making
the
that
hole
up.
hasn't moved since you last looked up.
Someone said, and I mean, not to just pick on him, but man, his slow play. Someone, a guy I know texted me. He's like, I thought my TV froze as he was getting hit one of those shots that took 30 seconds to play. So that's coming up. Bethpage Black, one of the hardest courses they say for the public, for anybody.
New York
in September against Team Europe. That's fun.
That's one of the most entertaining tournaments. I think.
It is. And maybe because Keegan did this, he can come out as a hero, like how selfless to choose someone else to open up the spot. And these guys are going to be rallying and playing for him.
What do you think as a captain? What's your role, really?
They pick the teams. So in Ryder Cup, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday, you do the foursome and the 4-ball. So one of those is alternate shot. The other one is best score. I think if I got that right. So he picks the pairings of who's going to go out and play. And so they pick a morning wave,
some strategy,
an afternoon wave. Some guys may not play till Saturday. Some guys may be out there once. Some may be the workhorse and go all the way. And then it's everyone in singles on Sunday. They go out. And the match could be decided by then. You hope not, because you want some drama.
Yeah, sure. You got to put Scheffler, though, like in every one, don't you?
Let him go. And it's like,
world's number one.
yeah, figure out who to play with. Who wants to play with Cantlay?
Yeah, right.
Imagine
who's got
like,
the patience.
if it was DeChambeau and Cantlay. DeChambeau's
man.
he gets up there and just let it rip.
Yeah,
Just rock it.
just crushes.
Cantlay's a great golfer, but gets up there and it's
nice.
we're gonna have a
and easy.
5-hour round here. Yeah, so settle in. He can set some records with some of his swings and waiting on that.
For sure.
Yes. Some other sports news. So we've got Mr. Poyer.
Yeah, back.
Coming back to the Bills. How about that? So he spent last season with Miami. And he's coming back. He's joining the practice squad for now with Buffalo. And the idea is that he can be a mentor, the veteran who will be here. Sean McDermott did this with Micah Hyde last year, and that was the lead on the practice squad. Hyde didn't play a snap, and so maybe Poyer can do this. He had a great run in Buffalo from 2017 to 23. Huge fan favorite. They love his family. They've called this home as well. They haven't forgotten it. He was first team All-Pro in 2021 and spent last season with an AFC East rival, and now he's back. So that's cool to see.
It's cool to see. The word I used was awkward this morning because I do think there are some it's all business. They always say that it is business, but it's still kind of weird. Literally going to your rival, squish the fish, beat the Dolphins. I'm so anti-Dolphins for so long, and then for just 1 year to go there and then come back,
on the practice squad too.
Yeah.
Now listen, practice squad guys, they get paid decent money. It's not full team regular roster money.
Right.
Ben DiNucci, the quarterback who went viral with his beer post of being cut the seventh time, the airport beer. Yeah. He did an interview. I was listening on the DP show a couple of days ago, and he's like, practice squad is basically just like the full squad. He's like, you get treated the same way and everything, and it's just you're just
not
direct deposit
on the sidelines during the game.
Right.
Pretty much.
But this is Poyer, he's a great guy, great story.
Yeah, and if all it takes is a couple injuries, and he gets right on the team, basically.
I know. And the Bills,
won't take much.
The Bills have had some knocks, not a hard knocks pun for the preseason, but they've had some injury issues. Let's make a turn here to something random. The guy with the longest nose.
Yeah, shortest, tallest
man. Obviously, we're getting into Guinness World Records because that book and group that's been entertaining us for a while, like the record for a dog going the longest on a skateboard underneath the human tunnel, would be that. 70 years. That anniversary. Just crossed that. Best parallel parking. How about that?
That's pretty cool.
Yes. Racing on hands, building towers out of cards and then destroying them.
That's pretty, it's amazing how long it's lasted. I remember when I was a kid and we would do the book shows that would come to every school, and I would always gravitate towards this book.
Yep.
And I remember seeing like the 1995 version in my house. It was like 400-page paperback, and it was just like black and white, like this big. This has been going on forever. So that was 95. I remember, I was in grade school in like the real early 2000s, and I remember the shiny book with like the purple sparkly cover.
Huge. Yeah.
And it was such a popular book, so fun to read. And I'm sure they probably still have those books, not necessarily as popular, but we cover this in the news all the time because it's so goofy.
Yeah, because it's like so outrageous. Like this is going to be a scooter pushing a stroller. Longest nose, okay, again. But whenever we got the books, the one I always went to, fingernails.
The fingernails guy.
That came down. Whatever woman had them, and then they just curl around. And it's like they've never been cut. And this person's 57 years old or whatever it is.
Yeah, and so the nerves grow into the fingers. And so it's like you can't cut them at some point because there's feeling in the nails. So it would like feel like you're cutting a finger off if you cut the nails.
Yeah, it's
so gross.
It is. And they're just hanging there,
and you can't really shower. You have to like hold it out of the shower.
Just like,
I know too much.
Hey, you got some snacks over there? Can I have some?
And you can only do one hand, obviously, because that hand is. You might as well just cut the arm off because it just becomes useless. You only have one hand.
It is wild. Like it's one thing to have like long hair or a beard, or hey, you're 8 feet tall and this other person is 2, but they're an adult. But
there's a museum that I went to in Toronto, I think it was, or No, Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls had a, you know what? That was Ripley's, believe it or not.
Was it Ripley's? Yeah.
That's what it was. But it's generally
Similar
the same,
vein. Yeah.
kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Weird things that break records.
I know. Man, I do remember that book. Purple, Gold, the big thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It was a big deal when it went from black and white to color.
Yeah.
I remember when that happened.
Yeah, to do that. Yeah. Quick weather before we get out of here.
I got the 8 day up. We can see that interesting stretch here. So beautiful right now. It's lovely out there. Temperatures getting into the lower 70s. Cold front tonight, late downpours. That's going to be, so it's a wet commute. And then tomorrow is a weird day. Numbers in the 50s and low 60s there. Scattered showers. And then beautiful weekend. Next week, Labor Day looks great as well. The wife is going to Chicago for a wedding.
Oh.
So it's dad and the kids for me this weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a haul.
I'll be keeping them alive. That's the goal.
Good luck. That is the goal. And have positive updates for Mom. See you tomorrow on the pod.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand. Plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.